Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome to another episode of the DATEABLE podcast. We have so much to celebrate on this episode because it is our season finale for season 14. Doesn't mean we stop the content. It just means we stop the interviews for now. We can take a little breather. You'll still hear from us, but it's just a wrap up of a nice, beautiful season. But additionally, we're also celebrating Julie's birthday.
Oh my
Happy
God.
birthday. And
By the time it airs, it will be over. But yes.
By the time this airs, you'll already be old. So
Yes.
let's just celebrate the fact that you're still not old yet. It's all relative.
I'm having a real issue with my age this year. I don't
Why?
know.
Like, you don't remember your age, or?
No. I wish that was the case. I don't know. And I know I'm not old, and I don't want to say that I'm old because I know people will be like, you're not old.
Yeah.
I'm turning 39, but I don't know what it is. I just have this gut this year feeling of just being a little, I don't know. Sometimes with your birthday, it brings up where are you in life, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to snap out of it and just get into celebratory mode.
Yeah, because I'm coming into town and we're going to party until 10 p.m. Yes. That's how we do it.
I'm also about to do more shots for egg freezing. So yeah, it's going to be a real party on my birthday.
Well, should we be there for the shots? So
shots in shots. We can do multiple shots.
Julie texted me. It was like, okay, we can hang out on Wednesday. Let's go out to dinner, but I have to do shots first. And I'm in my mind, I was like, damn, girl, you getting it.
That's the difference of aging, what shots means to you. In my mind, I was just oh yeah, this is obvious. And then
I had to read it a couple times. I was like, does she mean she's going to do shots by herself first? And then we can come? I wasn't sure what's happening. But I was like,
God.
yes, girl.
And then you're like, oh no.
Oh, those shots. Not as exciting, but equally as important. It's going to be a wild birthday. Shots and shots.
It's going to be a wild birthday. Yep. No, I don't think I should be doing shots, but I will be supporting you all if you would like to do shots.
Oh, no, I can't. I
can't do that anymore, even outside of this. One of my friends, God bless her, she has a kid, but when she's off mom duty, she is
she's ready.
She's ready. And we went to her birthday brunch and I forgot. I was like, wait, at 11 we're doing this?
Yeah. Nope. I can't hang like that.
I can't do it anymore. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm excited to celebrate. Of course, people are dropping flies for events because of COVID, which is always fun. I'm planning on going to the Russian River on Saturday.
Okay.
But we've already lost one. Now one person needs to test because their baby is sick.
Shit.
So we'll see.
Shit.
Hopefully this happens. But
not to be a downer, but this new variant apparently has the highest reinfection rate.
Oh God,
you can get it within 1 to 2 months. Fuck that.
That sucks. I mean, I was thinking about when you're gonna be here, have some people come doing something for my birthday, which we haven't quite defined yet. And I was like, wait, every single person except one has already had COVID recently.
Okay, then that person should not come. Unless if they really just want to get it now. Just get it. Get it out of the way. Just get it. But I'm looking forward to your birthday. I think 39 is a really big birthday. It's not the 40 or the 30. It's not really the decades. I think it's the year before the new decade. I think that's the most important birthday because you get to reflect on this decade, what has been happening, what you want to go into your 40s with. So you have a whole year to figure that shit out.
This is very therapeutic because I need a shift. I need to get out of this I'm getting older mentality to this celebrating mentality. And the episode we're doing today, you and I originally were like, oh, we'll save this one for next season. It's going to be a great beginning one. And then we need to air this actually. We're going to make this the finale. And it's a reminder of, one, why are we even doing what we're doing in the first place? Sometimes when we're in the thick of dating, in the parts of dating that maybe aren't as fun, we forget, why is it that we need love? And I think the other side of it too is it's not just celebrating romantic love, it's celebrating all the love that we have in our lives.
Yes.
And I feel like that's such an important reminder that in society, we have such the emphasis on romantic love. And we talk about this in the episode. You know, friendship. I feel like friendship has been so essential to me for my own growth, for just feeling loved and feeling like not lonely in life and feeling like I have people on my side and I can be there for them as well. And I think friendship is a very underappreciated form of love. And pets, I know you feel strongly about pets. We go into that.
Very.
Obviously, family. Like, there's just so many like forms of love. And oftentimes, you know, especially when we're seeking that big love, we forget about the rest of the love that's already there.
I'm glad you brought that up because I think that's been huge for me to realize is that love is more than just romantic love. And in case you didn't know, this episode is about love, but also why we love.
Yeah.
And I like that this season, I feel like there's been an underlying theme of getting to the why. Why do you date? Why do you love? Why do you have sex? Getting to the why is so important because then it gives us a North Star. For so long, I think for me, it was just like, I should be in love because society tells me I should be in love. That's when I'm whole. That's when I'm complete. It's not necessarily the case. I realize I want love and I want to love others because it makes me feel like I'm connected to other people and I'm connected to this earth. And it just makes me feel more present. And so getting to the why is so important. And there's something very, I think there's something very intriguing about saying like loving things around you, even if it's not a person or a living thing too. You know, giving love to your plants has shown that your plants grow better because you show that love. But also this idea of like loving the thoughts that come into your head and loving these, you know, even negative thoughts, just being like, I appreciate that thought. I love that thought. I'm not going to accept the negative thought, but I will accept the positive thought too. So it's like love can be in so many dimensions, not just physical human love.
Definitely. And it just relieves so much pressure too. I feel like, you know, one, to even find that one love, but also even when you're in the partnership, like once you actually have found someone to love and have that romantic love, like I hate when people just like drop all their friends the second they find love. Like that to me, it's just like, why? Was this just a filler until you found love? Like I don't feel like my friendships, the point is people I can go out with so I can meet like guys. Like that's never been my mentality. And, you know, I think sometimes it's important to have friends that are in the same life stage as you. Like when I was single, it was good to have single friends just so we could talk and they could understand where I was. But I don't think I'd ever be like, oh, I can't hang out with you now because you're not single. Or like when I was single, oh, my married friends or friends in relationships, like I'm not going to hang out with them. Like I think it's not related to that. It's more of like what bond that you have. And you can learn from people that are in the same stage of life as you, in addition to people who are in different stages of life.
And so for everyone listening, you can probably guess why we want this as our season finale, because it's making me feel warm and fuzzy and also just ready for the rest of the summer. Just, you know, summer they show is the time for love. Again, doesn't have to be romantic love, but how can we activate more of those love muscles inside of us? And our guest today, Anna, is going to show us how we can activate more of that love.
Totally. I really believe, like, you know, if you are single, if you are activating all the other love in your life and you have a full life, that doesn't mean that, like, you can't want that partner. It's not distracting from that. But it makes dating just so much more enjoyable when you're like...
It really does.
It really does. Like, for me, I know when I kind of made this boundary, essentially, I don't love that word boundary, but it is a boundary that I, you know, made this... I never went on dates on Friday nights. That was always like my thing when I was like first meeting people.
Mm-hmm.
I saved that for a night out with friends because I knew that like I needed that. Like I needed that nourishment that love gave me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew if I was just like going on date after date and they weren't working out, like I would just like feel lonely and like upset. And I needed to like rely on the people that have been there for 15 years, you know?
So
Like,
true.
that's who knows and loves me. And I'll always remember like the Amy Spencer episode we did a long time
Yes.
ago, Finding Your Half Orange. And she had very extreme views on this, that you basically should like stop looking completely, which I don't know if I fully agree with, because I do think like you kind of need to put yourself out a little. But she was saying like she would like not go to certain events because she knew there wouldn't be single people there.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, wait, why am I doing this? Because if I'm looking for relationships to make me happy, like I already have relationships that make me happy. Like I might as well have that be an emphasis in my life and then let whoever else comes in come in. And I think there's a lot of power of that, of not putting so much pressure and so much emphasis on what you don't have, but rather looking at what you do have.
It's sort of related to our last week's episode with Ian Kerner about sex and intercourse versus outer course. And if you haven't listened to that episode, the whole point of that episode, I think,
good.
is to not put intercourse or sex as the purpose, as the focus, but putting pleasure as the focus. And pleasure can be a whole plethora of different intercourse and outer course. Foreplay is core play. You know, just listen to the episode. But I feel like finding love is in the same vein, where if we're so focused on finding love that we neglect everything else in our lives, that we lose focus. The focus is not about finding that one single love. I think the focus is to build as much love as possible in your life, right? So if we don't come into an event or go to the bars with that focus of like, oh, I must find the one for me, then you can see love everywhere. And when you are fulfilled, that's when you're most ready for a relationship.
Yes.
When you are so full of love to give.
Definitely. Yeah, I think it's a good segue to some announcements, but I feel like one of the things that really cracked me up this week was in our Facebook group, Love in the Time of Corona, our moderator Janice always puts up, you know, questions about the episode. It's a way to chime in. I love it. It's like a 360 way to like comment on what's you're probably thinking in your head and hear from others. But a lot of times there's polls involved too, which is really fun for us too, to get a pulse of where everyone's at and what's going on in the world of modern dating. But she put one up about, so tell me about the last time you had sex, which is the name of our episode with Ian Kerner, which is also the name of his book. In the way that we wrote it was, tell me about the last time you had sex with Ian Kerner, because that's the guest. And it didn't even register to me until someone put that as a poll option. You can add, they're like, I've never had sex with Ian Kerner.
I do not know Ian Kerner like that.
It really made me laugh. So anyways, that's our plug. Join Love in the Time of Corona. At Dateable Podcast is our Instagram. You can add to all the polls. Polling is one of our favorite things to do. So, you know, be part of it all.
It's so much fun. There's some funny things that happen in the group.
And it's a good chance to put your brunch
good.
talk questions too. That's kind of the other announcement. If you are new to the show and haven't been following for a bit, we have this primary episode that is every Tuesday night, Wednesday, depending on your time zone. It drops at midnight on EST, so technically Wednesday there, but for all intents and purposes, we'll say Tuesday night. And we do this new episode that's, 20 minutes. It's a little shorter than this one. It's just a good way to get your weekend going. We call it brunch talk. It's, depending again on your time zone, but around brunch time, give or take. And it's a good way to get some of the questions that have been top of mind for folks. And, you can always reach out to us at Dateable Podcast on Instagram. We get a lot that way. hello@dateablepodcast.com. Through the website, through the Facebook group. There's many ways to field these questions, and we love all the ones coming in, and it's been really great to do this extra episode. So we're pumped to get all of your dating sagas in.
We love reading the questions.
Yeah. And like Yue said, we are going on the off season. That does not mean we're going away. We will still have episodes every week until season 15. Season 15.
Don't
Oh my
skip
God.
ahead. Okay?
I know. I was like, wait, what are we? Season 15. I say this all the time, but I just can't believe it when we say 15. And we have a lot of good stuff in store for 15. We've actually been already recording a lot of 15.
Oh, yes.
We're like a little ahead of the game right now, which is a good place to be for us. And yeah, it's gonna be there's a lot of good stuff in store. But of course, we're still looking for people that have stories. So you can go to our website and submit any of your personal stories, or make a post, DM, all that.